Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. I am Jeremy. I'm not Pete, so therefore I must be Jeremy. And I'm the second Dungeon Master tonight for our second adventure tonight. It should be very exciting. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to introduce all of our fantastic players and characters. So first we have returning character, Sereina Nathvano, the Drow Ranger. Sereina, how are you doing? I see your little spider friends are being a little finicky today. They're hopping all over the place.
Yeah, they're really excited.
Are they just excited for the adventure?
Yeah, of course.
Do they get to go out often, or do you just do you keep them
I
safe?
mean, they come and go all the time. I don't decide when for them.
And I remember one of them was Lucy, right?
Lucy and Mike.
Lucy and Mike. Mike, of course. Mike is the elusive one because he's. I noticed they're different sizes than they were before too.
Yeah, their sizes change all the time.
Does it change throughout a day? Will they start very small and become very big? It's just kind of.
I guess it kind of depends on their mood.
Oh, so what do they look like now? I mean, I'm somewhat blind, so I can't see these.
Lucy's pretty small today. They're about the size of like a regular spider, which is pretty small, especially considering. But Mike's feeling pretty big today. He's the size of about a cat right now. He's enjoying his time.
Spider.
Yeah, he's a little intense.
Now, this might be a very dumb question. What do Lucy and Mike eat?
Mostly whatever I give them.
Oh, so if you gave them a potato, would they eat the potato?
I think they would. I'm not sure how good it would be for them though.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's very healthy. Well, enough about your spider, Serena. How are you? How's life been treating you up here in Bartholomew's Adventuring Company?
Oh, I've been good. I've just been traveling, trying to spread the word of spiderness.
How's it been going?
People are very wary of spiders, unfortunately. They're not catching on to they're not on the same level as me,
They just don't get it. Some people are just ignorant of the beauty that is spiders. Now,
exactly.
One thing I do need to ask, Lucy and Mike haven't eaten any people, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, of course. Why? No. I mean, absolutely not. Yeah, of course. I don't know why I even asked. That's ridiculous. They would never do something like that.
No, of course not.
Especially not delectable little bite-sized gnome. But anyway.
Nah.
Well, Serena, welcome back. You're going to an entirely new area to maybe spread the word of the spiders tonight. So, yeah, good luck.
I'm always looking forward to it.
Secondly, we have a returning character, but a very old returning character for those who may not be familiar, Storng the Strong. Or, I'm sorry, you're just Storng the human barbarian currently. How are you, Storng?
Oh, the Strong is not title.
Oh, right, that's your name. I forgot.
That is last name. Yes.
I should get that fixed really quick. Let me quickly adjust this to show Storng the Strong. So, Storng the Strong, how are you?
I am well. Returning from quest. Long quest. Very long quest.
What was the quest?
I went to distant floating islands to get special ingredient for new ale. I call ale what I want to call it copyrighted. So bubbly rising drink is what I call it instead.
You call it bubbly rising drink, and it's very rare.
Yes, ingredient only in Balloon Kingdom.
Only in the Balloon Kingdom. I'm very interested to hear about the balloon. I was actually talking to. This is really weird. I was talking to Pete about the Balloon Kingdom earlier today. I shit you not.
Were you?
Yeah.
You were discussing King Hindenburg in the bouncy castle.
No, we weren't talking about King Hindenburg. We were talking about some of the monsters in the Balloon Kingdom.
Yes.
I hear King Hindenburg can be a monster at times.
The balloonicorn, perhaps?
I mean, we were talking about the Heliothids.
Or the Blimplebees? Ah, yes, Heliothids. Very dangerous.
Incredibly.
But mostly on interior of floating island.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not really out in the... Well, Storng Dog, I'm glad you had a great trip today.
Yes, everyone talk about the experience point and the Bartholomew bucks you get from doing Bartholomew job. No one ever talk about gold that you get. It funded entire expedition.
Yeah, I mean, it can, the fame and the wealth that comes with Bartholomew's adventuring, it goes beyond simply Bartholomew bucks. Most people don't seem to realize. I mean, and some people go all throughout their adventures without ever getting any gold. So who knows? Well, Storng Dog, welcome back. And I guess we didn't talk about what do you do? What are you here for? Like, why are you here?
Earn money for supporting tavern. I am owner and proprietor of Storng Dog Brewery. Come try our ale. We have ectoplasm ale, as I gave to Jangle Bones last time I was here. Now we have bubbly rising drink.
Bubbly rising. I think that one will catch on real well.
Yes, it makes you lift into air.
Well, Storng Dog, welcome. Oh, Storng Dog's a strong. I got to see the whole thing because it's not a title.
I mean, you don't have to always say last name. It's fine.
Can I just call you Storng?
No, you have to say Storng Dog.
Okay. Well, Storng Dog, welcome back. I hope you have a great adventure today, and maybe you find some cool things to put in your ale.
Yes.
Our next character tonight is a new character, returning player, though, of course. And this is a bit of a mouthful. Lowther, Oswald, Seth, Amzi, Obediah, Wyverstone? Obediah, maybe?
Yes, that is indeed, Jeremy.
No,
Well,
I hope I didn't butcher your name too much.
No, don't worry about it.
So you sound like a very refined person, Lowther. Mind if I just call you Lowther?
Yeah, you just call me for my first name. I do not mind. It's mostly just for the tradition.
The tradition?
Yes. We have our grandfathers and our greatest grandfathers' names.
Oh,
Up to 5
Up to 5 generations?
Yes.
That's very... Okay, so why does it stop at 5? That's a weird question. I'm just wondering.
We just get tired. It's
that's fair.
fun.
It's a practical thing.
Otherwise, we would have around 22 names or such. So we have collectively decided to stop at 5.
I guess that's fair. I mean, after 5, you're still pretty certain you know who's who. So, Lowther, you keep saying we. Who is the we you're talking about? Who are your people? Where are you from? For those who may not be aware, of course.
Well, of course, I'm talking about the Miskatonic institution.
Pardon?
The Miskatonic. Have you not heard of it? The most famous institution.
I don't get out very much. Can you enlighten me?
Well, actually, I come from another world. Brought here by the Beyond One, of course. The greatest.
I see.
To spread his will among this new world.
So who is this Beyond One, if you don't mind? I mean, I'm asking a lot of questions here. But if you were to just give me one important detail about what your mission here is, so that everyone can know precisely who Lowther is, what would it be?
Well, to lay down some foundations, of course.
It's very ominous. Very, very ominous. Well, Lowther, your tiefling appearance does not bother me. I'm certain you are here purely for good, as most people tend to be, for certain. No one in Bartholomew's Venturing Company is evil or anything like that. And Yeah, Lowther, welcome to the adventuring company, and welcome to your first adventure. I hope you have a great time, and maybe you can start laying down some of those foundations for whatever.
Thank you very much.
plans
Of course,
you're-
I do not mean any harm to any of the people who inhabit this world.
Oh, okay. You just mean to. So what do you? I'm wondering. So who is this Beyond One? You mentioned the Beyond One. Who's that?
I cannot pronounce his name.
Interesting.
Your brains might just explode if I do.
Oh, crap. You know what, Lowther? I'm sure over the course of the next few adventures while you're here, I will soon learn and begin to understand precisely who this Beyond One is. Welcome to the company, and hope you have a good adventure tonight. And last but certainly not least, Prince Edinon, the High Elf fighter, returned from the Trash Kingdom triumphant. How are you, Prince Edinon?
Certainly not least. I'm great, Jeremy.
Oh, I of course. I didn't say. I explicitly stated not least.
That's good.
Yeah, I've got to say, your fire cape looking really good.
Yeah, I got some swag. Don't worry about it.
So I'm wondering, have you taken the fire cape off? Does it need to be cleaned ever, or does it just stay clean because it's made of fire?
Well, I've tried to clean it, but I can't really figure out a way to do it. So I guess it's just, if it gets dirty, it gets dirty. I don't know.
Yeah, have you tried washing it? Does that work?
Well, no, because all the water just evaporates. So, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if it burns underwater. Have you tried swimming with it yet?
Nope. We might try that today. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Prince Edinon, for those unaware, what's your deal here in the land of DnDTime? For what reason? What inspires you and motivates you to adventure here?
My current long-term motivation is to one day obtain the great sword of Edinon that my father had lost from the Math Goblin's attack. However, my short-term goal is mainly just to get stronger and kill some baddies.
Money and power. I mean, what else do you need, right?
Yep.
Besides the super sick sword, but that'll come. That'll come in time.
And also, today, I've brought my friend Timothy the Lion, who's actually a dog, but don't tell him that.
Well, I won't. I mean, so who's Timothy the Lion? Where did you meet Timothy?
Well, as a kid, I grew up in the palace and I didn't have many friends, but my father gave me Timothy, the most magnificent being I've ever put my eyes upon. And I usually don't bring him on quests like this as they are dangerous, but he seemed to be eager to, so I brought him along this time.
That's amazing. I love these stories of companionship. Now, I need to know, because I'm, like I said, I'm half blind. What kind of lion? I'm sorry. What kind of lion? What breed of lion is Timothy? Is he like a pug, or is he like a big one?
He would probably be like a Springer Spaniel kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a very interesting. I've never seen a Springer Spaniel lion, but you know what? I'm sure it's gonna be great. Edinon, welcome back, of course, and good luck on your adventure tonight.
Thank you.
So tonight's adventure is entitled "The Candied Corruption." You have all made your way up north to the land of DnDTime, a cold and inhospitable area known as the Big Rock Candy Mountain. A place that is of sugar and spice, but is not quite so nice. Ice cream rains from the sky. Stone is replaced with incredibly hard chocolate or hard candy. And the trees themselves are pretty made of peppermint, whirling and twirling like candy cane. You've made your way up here and quickly found that despite the fact that everything appears to be made of candy, not everything is as delicious as it seems. The ice cream appears flavorless, as just kind of while walking as it snows ice cream, you can't help but get some in your mouth. You've made your way to a small settlement up in the north named Canesville, where it is right on the edge of the candy cane forest, where apparently some of the townspeople have well, they've requested your aid. So as you come into town, you are heralded. You are greeted by a few of the town watch. They aren't super well armored or anything. They've got, banded together leather armor. They have torches, which are very strange with candy cane torches, and small little spears tipped with what looks like hard candy. And as they greet you, they inform you that there is a grave danger. So we enter in as you're all trudging through the icy ice cream snow of the Big Rock Candy Mountains as you approach Canesville. As one of the guards calls out, ho there, adventurers! You are from Bartholomew's company, of course.
Yes.
I see. Please come with me inside where it's a little warm. And they go to guide you toward center of.
Timothy's probably
I am doubtful.
eating the ice cream.
I am doubtful of the insulation properties of candy, but sure.
Oh, no, the houses are made of wood. We import it from the south. If it were candy, we'd all be dead.
Probably, yes.
It's terrible. So you make your way in, kind of pushing through trudging through the icy snow, and find yourselves entering into what looks like a small tavern. There's a nice wooden bar. There's a hearth in the corner with a nice blazing fire. You find yourselves just kind of there. The guards sit down at a table, and one of them asks you, would any of you like drinks?
Well,
it's been a bit of a walk.
I know your finest wine.
All right.
I have drink for everyone. I take out, what are they? Cargo shorts of holding, or whatever these things are. Huge handy cargo shorts. And I pull bottles of ale out of pockets.
Wait a minute. Just so I understand this, you're not wearing the cargo shorts. You have the cargo shorts in your backpack.
Cargo shorts not so great looking on Storng Dog, so I pull them out of backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, you all watch as Storng Dog, this incredibly muscular man, pulls out of his backpack cargo shorts and begins to pull. What do you pull out?
I pull out Strong Dog Ale, standard brand. I also bring out sponsored bottle of ale, Great Big Ale, sponsored by you Chunkies Wapley. It says here only 99% mind control juice, and and of course candy ale made out of finest ingredients from Big Rock Candy Mountains.
The guard looks at all of these bottles that Storng Dog is pulling out of these cargo shorts, looks back to you, Edinon, and says, "Would you still like the wine?"
I hold my hand up to him, and then I grab the ale.
Okay. The guard kind of sits down and looks toward each of you. Well, to be frank, we are a fairly small town here in the north, and, well, we completely survive off of our yearly jelly bean harvest. Unfortunately, it appears a horrible corruption has been spreading in the candy cane forest nearby, and it threatens the harvest. We're gonna need you to go in and figure out whatever could be causing it and hopefully stop it. Is that something you all can do, you think?
Probably. What is...
Of course.
What does corruption manifest as?
Well, everything's just kind of turning, purple. Our jelly beans are getting an awful flavor and turning purple. And some of the trees are turning purple, which is really strange.
Purple.
Do not worry, I have studied. I have a PhD in corruptology. Do not worry, I have studied this field for many, many years.
I knew Bartholomew would send us a professional, of course. Yes, the biggest issue is it's just very tart. I don't even know. It's just a very strange. I haven't tasted something like the way these beans are tasted. It's supposed to be very sweet.
Is sour?
A little, not super sour. It's really
Edinon's
weird.
just contemplating what a jelly bean is.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And he kind of gestures to the center of the table where there's like a little wooden bowl filled with jelly beans. If you'd like, you can have a taste. These are the regular jelly beans. We have the weird ones out back.
Okay, yes. Bring weird ones.
All right. Would you all like some clothing better fit to the climate? What are you all wearing?
Well, I'm like
Pants.
I have a cape that's on fire.
Yeah, Edinon, you're fine for your fire cape. But Storng Dog, you're just wearing like linen pants.
Yes.
And
I have.
Go ahead.
I have a big coat on top of my armor.
Okay, so you got like a big. Does it have like a nice fur like mantle to it?
Yes, that kind of like
Excellent.
very, very fancy.
I super dig it. And Sereina, what does Sereina have? Just kind of standard leather?
Serena's just kind of wearing like everyday wear, not even like preparing for the winter or the cold.
See, the guard's looking mostly at you, Sereina, when he says that. Like, if you want, I could see what we have in the back.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, I'll go check and I'll get the beans while I'm back there. He kind of goes off. Did any of you taste the jelly beans?
Yeah, I pick up
Yes.
one out of curiosity because I've never had candy before, and take a bite, and I kind of
Lowther says, Lowther grabs one and tastes it. Tastes just like the old ones. I would prefer some chocolate.
Now, Edinon, you've never had candy before, so is this sudden like a sugar rush? Like, oh my god, this is so good, or is it just?
yeah,
painful?
no, I'm like jittering out, like I can't even like contain myself right now because like we don't have candy from down south, so.
Yep, exactly. So Edinon seems to really like these jelly beans. Lowther, you could be more impressed.
And I asked the man, can I give some to Timothy?
The guy's in the back room right now getting stuff, but you don't see any reason why not.
You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna get like a little doggy bowl for him.
Okay, just get a small bowl.
I'm gonna grab some jelly beans and feed them to Lucy and Mike.
Yeah, they seem to really like them, which is really strange in your experience. I imagine, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I eat jelly bean, pause, sort of consider flavor for a moment, empty about half bag into cargo shorts, or half bowl into cargo shorts, and say we'll test with that later, and put bowl back down.
How deep are those cargo shorts?
Very deep.
I mean, he took huge bottles out of those, outrageously large bottles that you have no idea how they could fit. But a few moments later, the guard kind of comes back. Just, so I was able to get some armor that was more fitting to you, and he kind of holds out some. It's just standard leather armor, Sereina, but it's like padded with furs and stuff to be a little warmer. And he also has like another small bundle of armor. He says, and I figured your pet might hand it. We usually have these for our pets, like cats, but and he puts a little tiny like fur padded suit of leather armor on the table that you think Mike might be able to fit in.
She's gonna put them both on.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Mike and herself.
Yeah, Mike seems to fit perfectly. His big spider arms can kind of fit out the fronts and the backs. So they're a little squished together, but it works.
Mike seems uncomfortable in it.
He definitely is, but also warmer. And the guard looks to all of you and says, oh, and also, and he puts out a little tiny bowl containing they're glowing purple jelly beans. Yeah, these are weird. I wouldn't eat too many of them.
I eat one.
Edinon like just grabs a handful. He's like addicted.
I would not recommend that many, but take one just in case.
Okay, I drop them all and I just take one.
Okay, could each of you roll me a history check? We'll see if you can identify this flavor that this candy man does not seem to understand. Oh, damn, Edinon, of course. Being a prince, you know only the finest fruits and flavors. And it's Storng Dog, you don't get it. But Edinon and Lowther, you're higher pedigree. These are plums. This is the flavor is plum. It's kind of tart, not like your sweetest plum, but that's definitely the flavor you recognize. And yeah, you see the guard eat one and make like an awful face.
It's not so bad. I take half bowl and
Absolutely
empty the
terrible.
cargo shorts.
Please take them. I don't want them. Ugh. Ugh. He kind of like scrapes it off his tongue.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
like, Edinon is like doing the same. He's like disgusted by it.
He wants the sugar now.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. That's all I really got. Something out in the forest is spreading this horrible corruption. I don't even know.
Well,
No.
we should probably go and check it out then. There's no better research than field research.
Sure. I mean, I'm just paying you. So, thanks. All right, Lowther, you kind of lead the way, making your exit of the tavern, and presumably the rest of you follow along. Maybe Edinon, you take the remaining gummy.
Yeah, I grabbed the dog bowl, and me and Timothy are sharing. Right now.
Excellent. Fantastic. And yeah, you all make your way back out into the cold, kind of snowy aftermath, the warm, burning hearth kind of disappearing into your memory. And you head out toward the candy cane forest. As you begin to travel into the forest, you see that the entire place seems to kind of almost reach in over toward you. Like the trees are kind of bowing down around you. They all are made of a strange red and white swirling like peppermint. And you can see that instead of leaves, they have bright, colorful like pinks and greens and blues of what looks like cotton candy. You take several steps along the path, heading down deeper and deeper into the forest, the trees becoming thick and dense, before you find what you think must be your first clue. You find on the ground, just kind of sitting in the middle of this, there's a path that leads into the forest, but sitting in the middle of the path, it's weird. It's like a translucent, purple-ish blob. Just in the middle of the path, maybe about 8 to 10 inches across, rising a few inches off the icy snow in front of you.
Well, I'll go near it and start investigating it.
Yeah, you poke it with something, and like it's solid now, but it looks like it was gloopy at some point. Like maybe it was a goo, but it's obviously frozen solid in the cold. Yeah, if you want to roll an investigation check, you could do that, or a perception or something to look to like check it out better. Okay. So yeah, you're looking at it, you're poking it. It has little black like specks suspended in it. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty clear. Like you can see through it. You like flip it over, and now it's got this like flat side on the top where it was against the snow. But otherwise, it's just like a weird, almost large egg-shaped thing. Or not egg-shaped, but like scrambled egg. Just a blob.
Omelet.
Yeah, kind of like a weird omelet-shaped thing that's just in the middle. Translucent purple thing. Did anyone touch it?
How does Timothy feel about it?
Timothy smells it and doesn't seem to like it. He kind of backs off a little bit.
We're just gonna keep our distance, I think.
I'm gonna grab my dagger and cut it in half.
Okay, yeah, it kind of like fractures and breaks a little bit as you chisel into it with the dagger. It doesn't cut super evenly, and it breaks apart almost like a hard candy would shatter. So yeah, it just kind of it shatters slightly as you break it in half, but it breaks apart pretty easily.
Serena's gonna pick up one of the like broken pieces and see how Lucy reacts to it.
Lucy doesn't seem to care either way. So you pick it up, nothing really happens. It doesn't affect you. You're not like instantly poisoned or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, do you feed it to Lucy? Do you just hold that?
Yeah, I'm gonna feed it to Lucy.
Oh yeah, Lucy. Bleps it up, eats it up real good. It tastes like plum. Lucy says.
Interesting. Okay.
You just got a tiny little sliver of it. Just still kind of on the
I
ground
will.
there.
I will eat piece.
Hey, you take a piece off, and a big piece or a little tiny chunk.
Big piece.
Big piece. So you pick up like half of it and take bite a chunk out of it. It crunches, kind of like a Jolly Rancher, except a little less hard to bite. And yeah, it just kind of breaks apart and melts in your mouth. It tastes like plum, but there are tiny little like specks in it that you weren't really. You saw them; they were little black specks kind of suspended in it, but you spit one out in your hand, and it looks like a little seed.
Is seeds.
And it tastes like plum.
Perhaps plum seed. Do you know what plum seed look like, Lowther or Edinon?
How do I check that? I probably do. I don't know.
Oh yeah, be a nature check. You can I'll say you have advantage because of your kind of background.
Okay.
Yeah, plum seeds are usually quite a bit larger. However, as you like look at this in Storng Dog's hand, yeah, these look like tiny little plum seeds. Usually plums have like a pit to them, but yeah, these look like tiny little seeds. They're the right kind of brownish color. It looks like they're kind of they looked kind of black in the purple, but now that you see one out there, it's definitely brownish. It's got little fuzzies on it. Definitely a plum seed, but a teeny tiny one.
It seems like these are causing the issue in the field, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you keep going, or do you take this with you, or what do you do?
I'm gonna take a couple seeds, put them in my pocket, and keep going.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you continue down your path, and as you are kind of traveling, you see up ahead of you what looks like a very, very large plum hanging from a tree. This is some time later. At this point, the path is kind of breaking up. It's not really too clear into the forest. And yeah, you just see a candy cane tree, except instead of red, it's a vibrant purple. And yeah, hanging from that tree is a huge plum. Like, it's like a halfling-sized plum.
I think it's like up there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's only about like 7 or 8 feet off the ground, but it's there.
Okay, I'm gonna probably like cut it in half, see what happens.
What's your passive perception, Edinon?
Let me see. 2. It's like,
So it's a 12.
I don't know how to
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be your normal perception, which is a +2, +10, because passive is just a skill +10. So with that, yep. Well, as you kind of go up to it,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you walk right up and you go to cut it down. Can you go ahead and roll me an attack roll? And to the rest of you, what are your passive perceptions?
11.
Serena's is 14.
Can Timothy stop?
Mine is 9.
Okay, so Storng Dog, you just watch Edinon walk up to go chop it up.
Seems like expert choice.
Yeah, and yeah, you hit it, no problem with your sword. You go to chop it, and as he's walking up to it, before you don't get really a chance to stop him necessarily, Serena, but you hear like a like little giggle coming from the forest nearby, and as you swing with your great sword, Edinon, you see the plum just kind of abruptly shift to the side. You hit it, but you don't like damage it. You sort of just kind of bounces, gleaning off its side, and immediately the plum kind of falls to the ground, and tiny little arms kind of stick out. Little tiny like halfling arms stick out of the side of the plum, and you see on the other side as it turns around to face you, it also has little legs sticking out and a horrible like humanoid face, and it goes "Ah!" And
Oh my god.
it screams horrifically. And I need you
Edinon is
all
like
to roll for
visibly
initiative.
like I don't know, like scared, I guess.
I mean, it's a scary fucking plum monster.
Storng Dog was very ready for Plum Monster.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, it seems. Storng Dog, you were just ready for this plum to be a dick, really, I think is what it is. So the plum monster gets a 13.
Just like most plums.
And the other thing that you... Actually, Sereina, you're familiar with this other thing, but you know where this other guy is, so I'll tell you. Off to the side, Sereina, maybe one of your spiders notices and alerts you, but you see what looks like a tiny little purple dragon creature with little fairy wings giggling to itself. And it seemed to laugh as Edinon went to go and attack the plum. All right, so we have Storng Dog. You are first. What would you like to do?
I will attack Plum.
All right, you rush forward. Wow, you guys are really good at initiative. Yeah, rushing up, you hit it with that great axe.
I'm not raging, so just the 11.
Okay. That 11 is a ton of damage. Yeah, you slash into the plum and like a chunk of it kind of falls off as you like cut into it and it screams out, "Ah!" And it looks like it's bleeding like regular blood. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Die, Plum fiend.
You just yell, die, plum. Excellent. Edinon, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna just cast a shield on myself.
Okay.
And,
shield is actually, you do that if something attacks you. You don't have to do that on your turn. Yep, that's a reaction. You can do that on someone else's turn.
Okay, then I guess I'll just swing at him.
Cool. You swing with your great sword and it hops backwards. Now, seemingly realizing that you guys are just going to try and murder it. It was probably going to try and murder you anyway. Alrighty.
Wait, does Timothy get an attack roll?
I don't think so. Is Timothy like an actual thing that you have? I thought he was just a dude.
I think so. I think he actually deals damage if I'm not...
Where did you get Timothy from?
The Find Familiar spell.
Oh, he's a familiar!
Yeah.
Oh, this makes a ton of sense. Okay, familiars can't attack, but they can help you attack, so they can give you advantage on your attack.
Oh, shit.
Which we can say that you did, but unfortunately the 10 barely misses it too. They were just some bad rolls, unfortunately. Timothy's like biting at its little halfling, its purple halfling legs, and the plum monster just and kind of hops out of the way, almost accidentally dodging the attack. And Lowther, it's your turn. Or Lowther, sorry.
Lowther, please.
Apologize.
Lowther says, such barbaric methods and eldritch blasts.
Oh, excellent. Just the elegant radical.
Yeah, but you see, instead of a regular streak of surge of lightning, you see more of a purple black energy.
A purplish black, almost like tentacle-like energy. Am I mistaken with that, or?
Almost, yes.
Almost. Streaks out. Unfortunately, though, it just snaps like the branch off of another one of the candy cane trees that was in the way, and does not strike the plum monster through. The little fairy dragon's gonna go. Sereina, you see this, so it does not have a advantage against you, but actually, it's not attacking you anyway. Instead, it's going to look at Storng Dog, who's the one who hurt the plum monster, and giggle to itself, and it's going to cast Polymorph upon you, Storng Dog. As it giggles, and I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. All right. You become. What do you become? I will. This thing is kind. Let's see how smart this guy is. All right, yeah, you become like a turtle. You are now just a turtle on the ground, as the fairy dragon is now on the side laughing at you. And it goes, and we go to the plum monster. The plum monster, seeing an opportunity, is going to go after you, Edinon, as it is going to slash with its horrible halfling fingers, which you can see are kind of like clawed and viney, as it's going to swing once with its claws. It's a 12 versus your armor class, Edinon.
I'm gonna cast shield, and then it doesn't hit.
Oh, okay. Are you wearing any armor?
Yeah, I have 11 plus 5, so 16.
Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, you blast that back, no problem. Able to attack a second time, but you still have your plus 5. So it'll get an 18 total.
Yeah, okay.
With the second attack. But you block one of its attacks, no problem. It hits you for 3, as it just kind of barely clips your arm, not really doing a lot. And you can see another plum monster kind of rolling along the snow toward you, coming out of the forest. And then little arms and legs come out of the side. You see the horrible little face, and it goes, and begins to run forward. Serena,
he says, "This is great."
So, Serena, it's your turn. You can see 2 plum monsters have converged on Edinon. Storng Dog turned into a turtle. What would you like to do?
Serena's gonna try and okay. Serena's gonna talk to the fairy dragon, and she's okay. Hey, you know, we could have fun like together instead of like trying to fight each other and like kind of attacking us. Like, there's certainly a lot of different things you can do to have fun, you know.
Okay, can you roll me a persuasion check? I think fairy dragons, we'll see. Uh-oh, not the best. The fairy dragon's just like, a turtle! Kind of giggles to itself, pointing and laughing while floating in the air. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Can I make an attack?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay.
I think that was a free action there on the bonus. Okay. Assuming you're not attacking the fairy. Oh, maybe you can attack. You can attack whatever you want.
I'm gonna attack the plum.
Okay.
Like the first plum.
The hurt plum. The main plum. Excellent. Go ahead, give me your attack. Yep, 18. Wow, rolling well. 5 points of piercing. And you hit him for how much on your turn? 11? So that's a total of 16 damage, but he regenerated a little bit. Well, it is barely alive after that longbow. You can see the longbow is like piercing in one side of the plum and out the other. You see little bits of like blood pouring out. It's just like, ah! It does not look super happy. And we move to Storng Dog the turtle. Storng Dog, what would you like to do?
I would like to eat plum.
Okay, can you roll me an attack? Just a d20. Your strength is going to be a plus. Oh, I guess you're going to be proficient, so you're going to have a +2.
+2.
Oh my god. You walk forward very slowly, the turtle, and you take a bite out of this plum, and it dies as you deal its last point of damage.
Bite right out of neck. Or whatever has for neck.
You take a bite out of the last bit of the plum monster, and then that first plum monster kind of shrivels up, and you can see the plum kind of like deflating, and what's left is like a horrible purple-skinned, kind of bloated-looking halfling who's very dead on the ground. The plum tastes great though as a turtle. Edinon, it's your turn. Your turtle friend just killed finished off one of the plum monsters, but the second one still stands. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna charge at the other plum monster.
I mean, the other plum monster ran at you already, but yeah, you take your greatsword and swing it down. You will absolutely hit. You go ahead and shit. You do a ton of damage as you cleave through the second plum monster. It is on its last leg already. And do you have anything else you'd like to do? Is like a bonus action on your turn if you have anything? Or just swinging?
Yeah, I'm just swinging and laughing, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, cool. I know you have your Cape of Fire, so just figured I'd remind it just in case. Lowther, it's your move. What would you like to do?
Yes. The second plum thing is still alive?
Yep,
Yes.
it looks bad, but it's still up.
How far am I from it?
You can be as close or as far as you wanted. The fight started, you were up 30 feet away. So, I mean, you can back up, you can get closer.
Okay, then I'm gonna get a little bit closer and poison spray it.
Oh, righteous. Now, how does your poison spray work? Do you, spit it? Do you hold out and conjure it?
Yeah, no, just from hands, just
Excellent.
regular.
Radical. Plum Monster's gonna roll a Constitution save, which it's actually not great at. Yeah, and it fails.
Ooh.
Oh my god. And you see the poison kind of speckle onto it. And because it's like a plant-like creature, you see it react almost like the poison is acid as it just shrivels and burns and collapses to the ground very dead. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage for this level.
Actually, no one realized, but it's actually just a can of bug spray.
It's just bug spray? Yeah, and as this plum monster falls and dies, it again shrivels up into what looks like a bloated, purple, leathery-skinned halfling. And we are on to the fairy dragon's turn. The fairy dragon kind of giggles and looks at you, Sereina, and it looks like it's thinking about something. It scratches its fairy dragon chin and then turns invisible, and you don't know where it went. And now it's your turn, Sereina. What would you like to do?
Can I try?
Oh, as it turns invisible, Storng Dog, you become a person again.
Yes.
Because you have
Hello.
to concentrate to turn invisible. Storng Dog, you're a person on the ground.
Can Timothy smell the invisible?
He can on his turn, definitely. I was wondering if Sereina wants to do anything, because Sereina has spiders that can do that too.
Are they allowed to do that since they're not
Absolutely. They are
Okay.
beast companions, right?
No. They're just.
Oh, they're just friends.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, probably not. Unless you
Yeah.
have their familiar spell.
Can Sereina use her insight to try and figure out which would be the best way for the
To try
fairy
and
dragon to have
outtake it?
gone?
Yeah, I think you could pull that. It might be hard, but it's definitely doable. A 15. Maybe, Sereina, you've experienced fairy dragons before. Maybe you've run into them. They're notorious tricksters. Your guess is this fairy dragon's probably just, you didn't hear it move. It's probably just standing, flying exactly where it was before, just to screw with you. That's your guess.
Sereina is gonna. Serena's gonna shoot at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll. Oh my god. You would be at disadvantage, but Sereina rolls like a god. So go ahead and give me that damage. 5 points. You see a little of blue blood in the air. And the fairy dragon becomes visible, floating there, an arrow sticking out of one wing, and it just it does not seem super happy. Yeah, you hit him, definitely. And Storng Dog, it is your turn.
I
The fairy
charge
dragon
fairy
looks
dragon.
frightened. Oh
And
no!
bring great X down upon
No!
it.
Oh god. 13 will actually miss as it swims over or zoops over to the side with its incredible speed.
Should have reckless attack.
Yeah. Well, Storng Dog, you swing. Unfortunately, a miss. Edinon, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna charge at it as well.
Okay, so you and Timothy rush over. Timothy jumps up to get it and distract it. You go ahead and make your attack. And oh yeah, go ahead and give me your damage. Holy shit. Okay, so you finish off the fairy dragon.
Wait, can I activate my Cape of Fire just for fun?
Sure, yeah. I mean, thematically, as you swing your blade, it glows with elemental fire as you bring it down upon this fairy dragon. Right as Timothy like grabs it out of the air, and yeah, you chop it in half, and it just and dies.
Awesome.
And there, upon the now melted snow due to the fire, you see the dead fairy dragon, and the 2 dead plum creatures, and a path that the rolling plum creature came from, deeper into the forest. What would you all like to do? Is you're all just kind of standing around?
I would like to actually investigate the plum monsters.
Okay.
Serena's gonna move over to the fairy dragon and start cutting it up and feeding it to Lucy and Mike.
Oh, Lucy and Mike eat that up. They're delicious.
I would like to taste it as well. Does it taste of plum?
It tastes like a little bit of plum, but not that much.
Little bit plummy.
Yeah, it was a purple fairy dragon, so like a little plummy.
Perhaps
Lucy's gonna grow a little bit as well as she eats.
Oh, it just kind of. Oh God.
Okay, and me and Timothy are like eating the melted ice cream.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the ice cream is totally flavorless.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, it's really weird. Little bits of it where like maybe the fairy dragon or the plum guys bled on it and taste like plum, but like that's also kind of gross. The cotton candy like leaves taste like cotton candy. They're great. But yeah, the ice cream is just totally bland. It's just like it's literally like iced cream.
Well, I guess I'm going for the cotton candy.
You just start mouthful of cotton candy. Lowther, you were looking at the plum people, right?
Yes.
Can you go ahead and roll? Actually, I'll just say you walk over and start looking at them. Yeah, you start looking at them. They're completely deflated. They're no longer big round plum people. And as you look, it looks like they just have this. They look like halflings almost, but their skin is all purple, and you can see that their skin has just inflated and bloated out with all the plum underneath. They look like they were people once, or halflings rather.
Yeah, no, halflings aren't people.
Fair, okay. They were
Yeah,
halflings once.
yeah. I think we should probably follow the path. Maybe we'll find another or a bigger thing than that fairy dragon.
Sounds
That
good
is-
to me.
It's probably causing this corruption of the fields.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Are you guys trying to be discreet at all as you travel?
Nope.
I think it's impossible with the Cape of Fire.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
impossible. It's just very difficult. I think it actually.
I'll try to be
gives
as
you
quiet.
disadvantage because they're on fire.
I'll try to be as stealthy as I can. I don't know.
Okay, if anyone's trying to be stealthy, you can go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Sure.
Oh,
And then we will see if
Oh,
this
boy.
thing notices you at all. Those are bad stealth checks. However, the reason I asked, even though you're very unstealthy, is it's possible that this creature doesn't notice you as you arrive. So, as you're kind of following the kind of roll mark where the second plum creature rolled into the fight, you follow it back to like a little clearing. Peering into the clearing, you see a very freaky looking sight. You see a very large, hairy creature. It stands almost 11 feet tall and is very fat and covered in green, thick hair. It's sitting next to a gingerbread tree, which totally stands out here in the candy cane forest. And next to it, there's a very large, like bloated plum person, but it looks like that plum person is dead and this green, hairy creature is kind of eating it, bending over. And it's got disadvantage in its perception checks. It's distracted eating. So it gets a 0. It does not see you all coming, actually, despite the
Oh.
crit fail. You all kind of sneak up to the edge. And yeah, you see this gingerbread tree, this green, like Yeti-like thing. And the gingerbread tree has like a mouth and some big gumdrop eyes, but like they're all purple. And you can see plums growing from it all over the place, despite the fact that it's barely not two-dimensional. And the gingerbread tree is talking to the creature, the green yeti and yes, eat more, and then walk around the forest and shit my seeds. Yes, do that, Plum. Kind of just whispering creepily to it. But you're all just watching this from the sides, not very stealthily at all, but they have not noticed you. What would you like to do?
Seems is cause of this. We have element of surprise. We can take it now.
As you're standing there, you see the big green creature just kind of like poop on the ground. And as it poops, it's actually identical to that purple like jelly stuff you found earlier that was frozen.
Edinon just like he's like having a hard time right now. Like he's like throwing up. He can't control himself. He's like crying profusely. He's having a little moment.
And the tree's like, go poop in the forest. Spread them.
I take out a strong dog vodka, and I cleanse mouth and throat.
Yeah. So Edinon, you're like vomiting.
I take some of the ale. I take some of the ale and I start chugging it, and then I start throwing up again.
You guys are having this moment. The plum creature is completely oblivious to you, and the tree's like, "You idiot! Can't you hear? There are things over there. Go kill them." The plum creature is just, the big green yeti is just kind of, he doesn't seem to get it. Like, no, there, over, and you see the tree, like the gingerbread tree, trying to like bend a little bit to point toward you. It sees you very clearly, but the plum creature just is not making the connection. So as those two are having their moment, Storng Dog and Edinon, I'm wondering, Lowther and Sereina, what are you two doing? Or just watching?
Serena's just like shushing Lucy.
Is Lucy also throwing up?
Lucy's kind of panicking.
Meanwhile, Lowther is gonna be stealthy, and I'm gonna go around the place and kind of try and flank the monster.
Can you go ahead and roll me a stealth check? All right, so the monster doesn't see you still, but the tree's like, "You idiot! It's sneaking up behind you! What are you doing? You're the worst plumpire I've ever created!" And the green thing looks up at the tree, the big green yeti looks up at the tree, and just kind of takes 2 steps forward and goes and gives the tree a big hug and says, "I love you, plum-pious tree," and just begins to pet the gingerbread tree. And yeah, that one got you, right, Crowley? And the
I take
plum
another
tree
swig of ale.
just not having it. What would you guys like to do? You totally have the drop on what appears to be the only appreciable threat here.
This has been very upsetting, and I am quite irate about how this is gone. So I will enter rage.
Okay.
And I will charge at Plum Pie is 3 and Plumpire.
Oh, yep. So you rush at the plumpire.
Stealthily, though. I will go kind of stealthily.
No, yeah, you guys have a total drop on these guys. You can all just tell me what you're going to do, and then we'll play it all out at once, because you guys have snuck up on this thing.
Okay, so Edinon is like very, very mad right now at this point. Like he can't even control his emotions. So he's just going to charge at him as well and just like ignite his cape of fire.
Okay. So you're gonna rush forward and set everything on fire.
Yeah. And I guess I don't know if the Cape of Fire is a bonus action, but could I also just swing with my greatsword, or?
I think it's a bonus action, yeah. I'll double check it, but
additionally, as a bonus action, you make a consecrate the flare.
Bada boom.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a bonus action. You could also swing with your axe. And then Lowther, what are you doing? You snuck up behind it. You've got the flank.
I got the flank trademark.
Yeah, in that one. Oh boy.
Would that be an advantage into an attack?
Absolutely. Yeah, you'd absolutely have advantage.
Well then, the elegant Eldritch Blast.
Okay. And Sereina, the same idea.
Serena's gonna shoot her longbow, yeah.
Okay, and you guys are all attacking the plum pyre, the big green yeti, or the plum-thias tree, the big gingerbread tree.
The Yeti?
Yeah, I'm going for the Yeti.
Yes,
Okay,
let us
Yeti.
eliminate Yeti first.
But I guess my fire is going to hit all of them, so I don't...
Yeah, the fire will hit everyone. So let's start with you, Edinon, as you rush forward. Can you give me your cape of fire?
Okay. So I think I roll a d10, right?
You roll a d10. Oh my
my
god!
God.
Rush forward, fire erupting around you. Go ahead and swing your great axe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my axe this time.
Keep in mind, you also take that fire damage.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone,
I'm hanging on to dear life.
you swing at the plum pyre and it's just as you cleave into it for another 7. The plum-thias tree is like, no! Storng Dog, you rush forward. Go ahead.
Yes, I will attack recklessly.
Excellent. That'll hit, no problem. Another. Are you? And you're raging.
I
Another
am
17.
raging.
We've doubled the damage dealt to this plum creature. It just very angrily. Lowther, can you give me that Eldritch Blast? That will hit him, actually. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that. Deeps. Another 5 force. As your Eldritch Blast kind of strikes it in the back, and it just and Sereina, last but not least, go ahead and give me your. Holy shit, Sereina!
Oh.
You are so ready. You pull your bow back, and then you feel a tiny tug, and you look, and Lucy's pulling the string just a teeny bit further back, and the extra bit of force kind of breaks the sound barrier as your arrow slams into it for another. Holy shit, 15. All right. How is he feeling after that? Let me find out. All right, he's still alive, but there's an arrow sticking out of his neck. His back is like burned with necrotic, or not necrotic, but like otherworldly eldritch energy, and there are huge chunks out of him. And now we need to roll for initiative.
Yeah, initiative, that was the thing, yes.
Yes. As you all rush forward and take your attack.
I kind of trip.
You trip a little bit. Let me see what the plum-thias tree gets. It's got a -3 because it's a tree. It's got a -1.
Wow.
Sereina, on fire! 3 crits in a row. You're the first to go. What would you like to do? The plum creature looks pretty hurt. Oh god. It also seems horrified of your cape of fire, Edinon. As your cape flares, it's particularly of you.
Serena's just gonna shoot her longbow.
Okay. You hear the tree calling out, "No, stop! I'll give you power or something!" You hit him, no problem. Another 10, 64 damage. He's looking real bad. If you put another arrow in his other shoulder, just and we go to the next in the initiative, which is actually, is it? No, it's Storng Dog.
Excellent. I will recklessly attack once more.
Oh god, yep.
That is max damage twice in a row.
Oof.
Yeah, all right. 79. He is about as close as he could be to death without being dead, is what I'm going to say. Just to emphasize the single hit point he's at.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. All right, he is going to go. I assume that's the end of your turn, right?
yes, I have nothing else I can do at this moment.
Poor plum-thias tree. Plumpy is going to look at probably look at you first, Edinon. You just scared the absolute. You just maimed it, and it's going to make an attack against you with its claw, which it swings a 10.
Miss.
I don't think that'll get you. So it'll swing a second time with its other claw, an
Miss
11.
again.
Damn, it's unfortunate for him. Alrighty, and then it will glare at you, Storng Dog, as it will use its plum vision Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
I am decent at. Oh.
Oh no! It looks at you. You're gonna take 3d6 psychic damage. Oh my god!
Ow!
It's just the plum senses overwhelm you. You feel yourself reeling from this attack as your skin begins to turn green, and everyone sees you begin to bloat. And that's the end of his turn. Actually, he looks at. Takes 2 swings and looks at Storm Dog menacingly, and then looks at everyone else and just kind of holds his hands up like, ah! And we are onto you, Lowther. Plumpy looks as bad as Plumpy could be. What would you like to do?
Well, there isn't much that I can do, but I'm gonna try and...
Plumpy looks real bad.
I'm gonna go in closer. And...
Okay. Oh my God. If he fails, he dies. He's got 1 hit point left. You come in with your poison flame, and he... have a constitution of plum, I guess. As your poison splashes onto its back, and it's just... It looks a little confused. And is that the end of your turn, Lowther? Oh, wait, never mind. It was hit by fire last turn, so it's going to have disadvantage on this. Sorry. It actually gets an 8.
Yay!
Because it's so distracted by Edinon's fiery cape that the poison spray hits it in the back and it just tongue lolls out and it flops on the ground. The plum thias tree is going to go. The plum thias tree goes, no! Stop! And it's going to attempt to flail at the nearest creature, which is, I think, you, Edinon.
Oh, come on.
So it's going to make an attack roll. It got a 3. It actually crit failed. It just the piece of gingerbread hit you, but it felt like a gentle caress. And that's
wait. I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
Is it a gingerbread tree or is it?
It's a gingerbread tree with plums hanging from it.
And it's like just alive attacking us.
Yes.
Okay.
However, you see also hanging from the tree are a whole bunch of plums, which sprout tentacles and go.
Oh dear.
And so these are coming at all of you. Each one is going at one person. As it makes a rotting touch attack at each of you. First round is an advantage because you did not see the plums attacking you coming, I think.
Well.
All right, I'll give it normal attacks.
We were just dealing with normal with plum people.
It's fair. So this is going to be at you, Lowther. It lashes out with a terrible damage roll. This one's going at you, Storng.
Reaction? No, I'm having a reaction.
Okay.
It hits, and I'm...
Oh, Jesus. You invoke the hellish rebuke of your eldritch being. Let me roll for the plum. The plum got a 2 with its -5 dexterity and immolates. And the plum fire street, no, stop! As you kill one of the 4 plums. The other one missed you. The plums are their own creatures. The other plum missed you, Storng Dog. One of them's going to you, Edinon. He got a 17 for 1 necrotic damage.
Oh my! I'm very low on health.
And
right
actually,
now.
how far away were you, Serena? You haven't gotten very close, have you? So
No, Serena's pretty far away. Serena's
it's only got 10 feet of reach, so it can't hit you. It's just gonna go for Storng Dog again because he looks real bad. Yeah, got a 12.
He's miss.
All right, Serena, it's your turn. You see the gingerbread plum thias tree and 3 plums and 1 very, very burned, clearly destroyed plum.
Serena's gonna shoot her bow at one of the plums.
Okay. That'll hit. You have an incredibly high AC from that range, but you got it. For 7 points of piercing. Right, I should have probably read the full damage before I was waiting for a damage roll, and then I looked, it's like, oh, it's already there. Yeah, you kill one of the plums. Your arrow cuts right through it. And you kill one of the remaining plums. There are only 2 left. And the plum thias tree, which is just screaming. Storng Dog.
I will attack plum.
Okay. A 12. Yep, in melee that will hit. Holy shit! All right, so now there's one plum left. Plumpy is dead. Edinon, there's a single plum left. It's got these horrible purple tentacles coming off of it. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna have to suicide into this guy.
Oh no!
So I'm going because I have no health, and okay, so I'm gonna. Well, okay, I'm gonna swing.
Okay. Oh no!
And I'm gonna do my cape of fire. One more.
Oh god!
I'm going out in a blaze of fire. Yeah, I'm dead.
A wave of fire burst out from Edinon. The plum shrivels and burns. The plum-Saëns tree, no! As it begins to immolate, all of the little cotton candy atop of it begins to just.
Did I need to make con saving throw for plum effect?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
These guys don't actually have that.
Oh. But no
because
plump.
they're plump.
No plumpy hit.
Oh shit! Yeah, roll your Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you're good. You survive. Plumpy's effect wears off, and you do not become a plum.
Would be very big plum.
With that, you all see the plum-Saëns tree is kind of like barely flailing and trying to get away, but it can't move really because it's stuck in the ground as it burns and screams up into the air. You see Edinon just lying on the ground, just kind of unconscious, badly burned from his own cape of fire. What do you all do? We're out of initiative now.
I heal Edinon with medicine.
I can cast Cure Wounds.
It would be better. I'm not very good at medicine.
You see Storng reaching for like a bottle of ale.
Yes.
It's true.
Medicine.
Healing. So you use your Cure Wounds on Edinon. Edinon,
So I guess I'm
awake-
just like charred, right? Just like black right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it was more like just the overwhelming heat overtook you. I don't think you're seriously damaged physically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of
It
like
was just a heat
wave.
stroke.
Exactly. And
I'm gonna start.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna start and put my poison in the tree.
You just poison the shit out of the tree, and it's just screaming, horribly warping and changing colors as it flails and begins to crumble and burn. Edinon, you come to Sereina and her two spiders looking down on you, and beyond them, looking up into the air, you just see this flailing, horrible gingerbread tree.
Where's Timothy?
Its awful gumdrop mouth formed into a frown as it like melts.
I will bring axe to face.
Yeah. And the last thing the tree that happens is Storng Dog's axe tears into the face of the tree, splitting it in half as it just collapses into the snow, melting. Edinon, you lie on the ground, suddenly very concerned. And then you feel a wet tongue bleh, on the side of your face as you look over, and it's Timothy.
Oh my god. Timothy, you made it out of it. And he just,
And then
he just
Timothy
goes and hugs Timothy.
Well, you look at it, but then you see all over Timothy's face is this awful purple, and behind it you see the Plumpy's big pile of plum poop. It looks like Timothy couldn't help himself. He's a dog.
Yeah, I'm rolling over and throwing up again. I need more ale.
I hand him ale, and I also drink ale.
You drink lots of ale. As the plum-Saëns tree burns, you can see all of the green, all the purple that has pervaded some of the candy canes around kind of drips out onto the ground and into the ice cream snow, and the kind of aura of darkness which pervaded this place lifts. And yeah, you have succeeded in your adventure. You return to Caneville, where they herald you as heroes, offer you all the jelly beans you can eat. They emphasize that it's all you can eat. They've seen your pants of holding.
Did my clothes burn off?
I don't think your clothes burned off.
Okay.
Unless you really want them to.
Yeah,
have burned off.
I wanted them to burn off and see everyone's reaction.
All right, so Edinon, it's strange. You're just wearing this large black sensor bar. Where that came from, who knows? Magical effect, probably an enchantment of Bartholomew upon your body. But yeah,
Okay.
you are heralded as heroes in Caneville. Edinon is very cold. And yeah, thank you for playing, everyone. You've all earned 1 experience point and gained your 100 Bartholomew bucks. And yeah, congratulations.